I'll pick the... I don't know. I don't need to... Dude, it's gonna pay for one of our decisions. Yeah, he studied administration. That's nice. I don't need to stabilize. Stability is so much more fun than it used to be for the mod. Prestige is always nice, especially for less than $2. Point a new favorite. Let's not. You lose like 40 legitimacy because you're just taking the other guy off. Declare our ruler to be a sheriff. I mean, okay. No, I'm not big enough to be a king. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing. I need like triple the amount of of cities. All right. Goodness. You know, we're gonna want Socotra, I think. I remember playing, I think, with Oman this one time. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of noise. That's nice. I remember playing with Oman this one time. I didn't get very far with the game, but I remember playing, and Socotra, you basically have to get a claim on one of these, declare war on him, and just take it without any claim to it, because otherwise forging a claim on this, well, it's easier now because it's linked by C to this, I guess. Fine, I don't have to do that. It used to be on its own little C thing, and you couldn't actually make a claim on it, and you had to just take it without a claim. It's kind of annoying. Whatever. Mission: protect the brethren in Haima. That gives me a that just automatically gives me a casus belli on Kathiri. I'll take that. I mean, I don't want to fortify because building a castle is actually very costly in this version. And then improving prestige is nice because of the stability points. I'm gonna get back to stability later. Protect the brethren, yes. We now have a casus belli on Haima. Well, actually, I have a claim, which means a casus belli in Kathiri. We're gonna let the game roll for the actually, trade. We are in the Hormozgan, I think it's called, Strait of Hormuz. Collect from trade with this guy. I own like 10% of the place, but it's only worth like 1. Not worth very much, but maybe it's gonna be worth more. I think maybe, yeah, it's just because we're on the turn 1. There isn't much done. Tell me more about this magnificent rework. Maybe not. Let's just get all the tags. I'm not afraid of having tags in. Keep going. The isolate native nations. I'm fine with it. It doesn't add anything to our game technically, but I don't mind having them here. I'm not very scared. Oh my god, there's taxes. Banu Kab is no longer valid. Really? They embraced legalism. Good job. Did you not have that? Wait, is this not embraced? I think it's embraced. And then this is hurting us. And then this is going to happen in Genoa in like 1 year. And that's going to counterbalance this, I suppose. Anyway, do I really need to read all these? I don't know. I can put this up, by the way, for you guys, but in fact, usually I only leave these out, and I only keep these, diplomatic and military. Like, who's attacking who, and who's allied with who, and who's courting who, I don't know, just things, places, peoples. We are going to spy on you, because I want claims on you as well. And on you, although I get the feeling I'm gonna lose a diplomat relatively soon. Estates have not formed yet. This game is going to form estates for me eventually. Take decision, etc. I'm not going very fast because I don't want to miss too many things at first. I don't want to donate state lands. Thank you very much. Isfahan accepted peace with Fars. and is gone. Good riddance. Welcome to the world, farce. Bohemia is allied with Saxony. Unsurprising. They are relatively neighbors. So, did I get... Yeah, I eclipsed them. Like, right off the bat, eclipsed. There you go. I'm so strong. Alright, what's my limit on troops? 5. I should be working on that, although... I'm not getting that much. Public services, is that what you call state maintenance now? Maintenance, that's another good word for it. I mean, it's the same cost, approximately. Army maintenance go down. Fleet maintenance go way down. What's our fleet? Cogs. Well, it's necessary for Socotra, so I approve. We might just invade Kathiri first. Get these two and then work on getting claims for these two. I don't know, we'll see. This is also very invadable. 2020 and this one. Whatever. Rebel faction? Excuse me. What do you want? Where's this coming from? Why is everybody super angry at me? Hold on. Let's just let the game... This mod is a bit like Victoria 2 in that you need to let a month or two pass. Even more than that, actually. But you need to let a few months go by before it actually just settles in and then you can just play. Important news only? Excuse me, game. My corruption is growing. That means the estates have formed. Because the states give corruption. Yep, greater and lesser nobles have formed. That should also mean that... Oh, estates, that's another one I want. I'm gonna put it in here. I think. Estates. It's mostly all lesser, except for Muscat, which is greater. That's strange. Usually greater nobles are bigger takers of land, but I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you actually have more population in this one thing. Population-wise, they're almost equal, basically. That's what that means. It doesn't look like it on the map, but that's what it is. Also, there's a building here because there's a fortification here. What the F? Whatever, we're gonna colonize that at some point, I guarantee you. Not right now, nobody cares, but eventually. Eventually. Oh man. Eventually, Rub al-Khali is going to belong to us as well. Yeah. Well, not officially, but you know. We have to conquer a lot to actually get it though. Yeah, eventually. Then we're gonna get... We're getting way ahead of ourselves. How much do troops cost? Way too freaking much. So we're not... That's why I'm not building up my army quite yet. We're gonna get there eventually. We're still missing one estate, which is really important because it's ours. Yeah. There's gonna be the state estate. And it's going to be very important. Hey, look! I lost a spy. Don't you know? I actually saw that coming. You still don't want an alliance because you're allied to my rival. My. I guess we're not attacking Kathiri first because I don't want to deal with this jerk. This jerk is actually strong enough to make me annoyed. We're gonna attack this way. It's not gonna make us grow very much, but whatever. But our mission is here. We need to court this guy. That's what that means. Okay, screw this guy. Stop. Doesn't matter. Hey, boy. You hate us. I get it. But would you... If you loved us, wouldn't you want to be friends with us? You and me. We're gonna crush Kathiri, and you're gonna protect me against Ormuzgan. I think Ormuzgan is bigger than us. I mean, just this city right here is like 6, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, it's not that bad. We're probably just relatively equal. I didn't make the... Why are all they... okay, those are all the possible estates, I take it. I didn't know tribal was possible. The state That's what I'm talking about. The state is not here yet. We need the state. It's not here. Switch to feudal monarchy. That's a thing that we can do. I don't really want to do it. Not right now, but it's a thing. I mean, the enforce limit is higher. That's nice. Why would I want to reduce that? I have many more armies now. Don't know where they came from, but I approve. I think that's just the estates doing things. Can't move them yet. I mean, I'm gonna have less money now, income rather, but at least I have an army. Can you still not move? Jesus. Maybe I should just straight up attack this guy, but I don't have a claim on him. It's gonna take a while to get one. Oh, we should probably speed it up. We're gonna have a lot of explaining to do once the state brings... Oh, there you are. And the burghers are here. Did the burghers get a thing? That's population. Estates. The burghers get nothing, don't they? Excuse me? Excuse me, interaction. 3.1% amount landed. I don't know how you get any kinds of... You have 5 privileges, Jesus. So estates are a thing. They own lands. Every single piece of land is going to be owned by one of the estates. Not the state. One of the estates. I don't know where they think they are or what they own. I've never seen this happen where I have an estate that doesn't own land, but whatever. So they are estates and they have privileges. Greater nobles are going to be the best example because they have a lot of privileges. They have all this power, they have income, they create their own armies, they rebel against you if they don't like you, stuff like that, and then you can list the privileges. Most commoners are banned. The privileges are all penalties. So we get this penalty, and we get this penalty, decorative post officers, partial repeal of yield tax, which means less production. 25% less production by everything they own, which is the most productive one. That's kind of annoying. And then way less taxes in everything they own, meaning Muscat. So, considering Muscat is my main source of income, I kind of want to rectify that. Yeah, this is a nice side income source, and this would be if autonomy wasn't such a jerk. It's supposed to be 45% lower. I don't know why it's this slow, but whatever. So anyway, and what are the privileges here? Just so we know, less manpower and everything they own, less production, less taxes, but not as bad as greater nobles. And the greater nobles might actually grow. So that's the nobles, and then you can actually try to revoke privileges peacefully. You need stability and all that, and they're either going to throw a fit or not, which means they're either going to accept it or they're going to kill your stability. Kill it dead. Very much so. They're kind of annoying with that, actually. Yeah, that's a thing that happens. It's just, I don't know how they're gonna react. Maybe if they like you more, they're more likely. I don't know. I don't actually know. Months remaining, 18, I don't know. So anyway, you can do that. You can demand support, offer favors, privileges. Yeah, you can actually also give them privileges. If you're trying to make them more loyal or something, you could just bestow a privilege you don't care about. And then you can demote greater nobles. I don't know how that's... Oh, there you go. Demote or... yeah. Then if you assess, you can see things. I imagine they can also just rebel, but they don't have an army, so... Right now they wouldn't. Eventually maybe they would. Maybe they'd dare. So that's estates, and then you have this estate, which is not an estate, it's the state. You have many options. You can know where the top 10 cities are, don't care. Dispatch runners is a thing you do. It costs points, and you don't have the intention. I'll come back to that once we actually conquer something, because that's where this comes in. Top 10 cities. Timber management is going to be important for us, I assume, but I have no idea how it works. This I will come back to shortly. Stability. We're going to start with that first. Discretionary expenses, development level. You can just get a lot of information on what's going on. The main information, of course, is stability points. You get it. Stability increases organically, and instead of +1 stability, you get as you saw with the prestige mission, you get +50 points towards the increase. So I think it's like 50, 150, and then it says here 150, 200, 300. So, and then multiplier, because you get 10 points per year, but you get the multipliers, the 50. If you had 50% more, 50% lesser cost of stability becomes like a multiplier here. You get 1.5 multipliers, so it gives 15 points instead of 10. You know, stuff like that. It's kind of neat. So we're getting like 13 points every year. We're gonna get there eventually. It's not too big of a worry. Of course, that makes like stability points really valuable. 50 points is a lot. A lot. It's actually kind of nice. So you can get a lot of information on your education level and court. Yeah, court is terrible. Your art, which is a thing that I don't even know how it works. Urban production, you don't get any because we don't even have much of an urban population to begin with. Development level, it's average, surprisingly. Development should be population. It's not though, is it? I forget what it is. And then this, I'm not even sure what it is. Anyway, thank you for the information. We're gonna get to the other two things now. Court and education, they are both something you can invest into, and it's going to maintain a certain level of bonuses / penalties, depending on what the level is. So our court is terrible right now. We're not investing very much in our court. It went down from 30%, I think. We're very close to 30% though. I think, the court wealth is this, and then there's a complicated calculation that I don't know about. But yearly it costs a certain amount to maintain, and so your court wealth is either going to grow or lessen depending on how much you're investing into it, something like that. So I think what we're going to start by doing is increasing annual funding by 1 for both the royal court and the education, just to do a little bit of funding to it. I don't know how much it's going to maintain. This has been growing because the church actually contributes when it comes to education. It usually contributes like 1.1 per aristocracy population, which means aristocracy popped up somewhere, probably in the city actually. Yeah, look at that. Upper class. It's called upper class. Sorry. I do not actually know exactly what it was called. But yeah, education is a thing. So you can also, I'm sure you noticed, but I'm just gonna show you, you can grant stipends. One-time stipend. I'm gonna give you like $10 because I would love for you to get above 30%, because each slice of 10% represents a level. So we can actually level up the court if we can get to 30%. And we're so close that I kind of want to do it. Yeah, let's get back to this beautiful view and get going. Now the things are going. I'm sorry, this just never wants to stick to the bottom, so it's probably not very useful for you guys. I'm so sorry if I look at these too often. I just like knowing what's going on, generally speaking. Sometimes, you know, you have an opportunity and you don't even know about it because you're not paying attention. The funding you do for education and court is deducted directly. It used to be deducted directly from your taxes. I don't see it in here. It should be of the order of about, oh, is it in public services? Huh. Yeah, I think they changed where they put it. I think it's public services now. Interesting. Okay, it used to be in taxation directly, you'd have a penalty. It should represent about 0.14 monthly, as I recall. And that sounds about right. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that's probably what it is. Lifted embargo, don't care. Accepted peace. Astarabad. Accepted peace with Sabadar was next. Well then, Sabadar is here, so it was somewhere around here. There was a Astarabad thing. The embargoes are flying. New monarchs, I don't care about either.